Hi everybody, welcome back to Quick Tip Tuesdays. Today I have a very special guest and I can't wait to introduce you to her. So if you want to find out who it is, stay tuned. You ready, Mom? Hello again, everyone.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello. That amazing virtuoso playing was by none other than my special guest today on Quick Tip Tuesday, and that's my mom, Professor Mary Ella Walton-May.
It's so nice to have children that are proud of you.
Yes, we're very proud. Well, you can see where my brother, my sister, and myself get our such musical talent between my mom and my dad and my grandma. One of the reasons that I wanted you all to meet my mom, look at the audience, Mom. Can we see it? I do the same thing. I look in the wrong. I'm like, what? One of the reasons I wanted you all to meet my mom is because besides the fact that she plays amazingly, and I wanted to expose you to a little touch of her talent, but you're a fellow professor, right? Like me? She is. She's been teaching for a long time, teaching music to all ages. So we're going to have just a brief discussion today, and this conversation that we're going to have is about how do you go about making sure that the music by another composer still has your personal musical stamp to it. How do you make sure that we can hear Professor Mary Walton-May in the music?
Well, it's not really complicated. Everybody is different. Everybody has different feelings, emotions, etc., and so forth that they're born with, that they acquire. So what is a musical phrase for me might not be in the same genre as what it is with you. That doesn't mean that you can't put your own stamp on it and can be just as innovative and just as beautiful. The thing to remember is in classical music, as well as other types of music, you do want to keep the style in mind. You don't want to make it such a personal thing that they lose the period from which the music was written. After that, soft is soft, loud is loud, medium is medium, and whatever touches you.
Mm-hmm. Very well stated. Even though what you played is classical, the two pieces are classical, would you say that you play all types of music? Just about?
Yes.
Yes, she does. Plays all types. Plays jazz, gospel, spirituals, all that stuff. She's looking at the keys now, which means she's thinking. You gonna play a little? You gonna play a little something?
One of my favorites.
One of her favorites. Once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Oh, you guys, I'm telling you, what a treat. I grew up listening to this wonderful piano playing in my home, and one of the things that I think my mom would agree with is that when it comes to trying to find your own voice in the music, we all start out copying other people's styles. That's part of how we learn and everything. But one of the things is when it comes to finding your own voice in the music, play what you love. You know, we have to learn our scales. It's very important. We must do our mechanics. It's very important. But also we gravitate to those things that we love, and you want to try to express in the music what you're feeling, like Mom was saying a moment ago. That song you just played, Amazing Grace, no one can play it like my mom can play it. That was a real gorgeously gospelized version of it. Would you play, as a demonstration, would you play it one more time in maybe a slightly simpler version that still has your stamp on it? Same song. Please do.
One of the examples that I use for some of my students that are a little older, maybe 12 or 13, I have them understand that this is not what they're accustomed to listening to, what I'm about to play, and it is boring to them. Now, think of a 13 and 14, 12-year-old who has to deal with this. But then I show them that if they stick with it, I see. I sort of made that up as I went along.
She totally made that up as she went along. No sort of to it.
But the thing about it is, it's like with anything else. To a child that has not been, a little child, has not been exposed to addition, And they know that this is a 1 and this is a 1, and maybe they have learned that these two are 11. So if you say 1 plus 1, they'll say 11. Now, what else can they say when they have not been taught the fundamentals of addition?
The fundamentals.
The same thing with music. You have to start off with boring things. You have to want to do this.
Absolutely.
You have to be willing to work at it.
That's right.
So that you can expand.
Exactly.
The other thing is, don't get sucked into just one kind of music.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh,
Learn to listen to
all
everything,
music, yes.
and listen to all ages play.
Thank you so much. And she's so right. The changes, the differences that she just did, completely different sounding music for the same song. You can only do that if you know your scales solid. I mean, if you know it, you know. So, of course, this conversation is leaning more towards the musicians out there. But it's the same thing for all of us who perform in some way or are developing our art form, even spoken word. You want to make sure you have your fundamentals, your enunciation. You want to make sure your lyrics are down correctly and clearly and all of that first. And that the meaning of the poetry, all the same. Then step 2, 3, and 5 is when you begin to put your own voice into it. One last thing, too, I was going to mention, we're going to wrap it up. And I think that is, wouldn't you agree that sometimes, especially people who are anxious to proceed, you know, they're very excited about what they're doing musically and otherwise, that sometimes people want to skip over the fundamentals, which is what you were saying about, you know, little kids. But it's the same thing with adults, too. Sometimes we want to skip past, and my mom teaches many adults, so she's seen it as I have. So we want to keep those building blocks, keep building them very strongly, and you'll find it easier to put more of your own voice into it and do what my mom just did. So thank you so very much for gifting us with your time, and everyone take care. God bless. And if you like this video, click like and give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe and leave a comment below also. Thank you so much.